Around the World in 80 Days, Chapter 8, in Bombay. Detective Fix introduced himself at the Bombay police headquarters. He had hurried there first thing in the morning, as soon as the Mongolia had docked. He inquired if the warrant for Fogg's arrest had arrived from London yet, but it had not.
If the Mongolia were not 2 days ahead of schedule, I wouldn't be in this situation,
Fix explained to the Bombay director of police. He urged the director to issue an order for the arrest of Mr. Fogg, but the director refused.
The matter concerns the London office,
The director explained.
and only London can deliver the order.
Fix fumed, but he did not insist.
Bombay is far enough from London so that a fleeing bank robber will not worry about being seen.
He thought. So Mr. Fogg would probably stay in Bombay for a while, and the warrant would arrive before his departure. In the meantime, Fix was determined not to lose sight of his mysterious suspect. He hurried through the crowded streets back to the boat. He wanted to be there when Mr. Fogg disembarked. Mr. Fogg, for his part, left the steamer in the afternoon. After saying goodbye to his whist partners, he descended the gangway, carrying the carpetbag in his hand. On the shore, he instructed Passepartout to attend to several errands, but urged him to be at the train station at 8 o'clock and not a minute late. Then, with steps as regular as the ticking of a watch, Mr. Fogg walked to the passport office. After receiving a visa, he turned his steps to the train station, where he planned to have dinner and wait for the 8 o'clock train to Calcutta. Passepartout, like the detective, had thought his master would stay in Bombay at least for a few days. When he heard his master's orders to meet at the train station, he realized that they were going to continue without delay. He purchased the shirts and shoes his master had requested and took a leisurely stroll through the strange sights of Bombay. Many nationalities crowded the streets: Persians with pointed caps, long-robed Armenians, Indians wearing turbans, and many others in bright robes of red and orange. In a market, he saw a procession of dancers clothed in rose-colored gowns looped with gold and silver. They danced airily through the streets to the sound of tambourines. Passepartout had never seen anything like them before. Passepartout followed the dancers through winding streets and lanes. After a while, he realized that his curiosity had led him farther from the center of the city than he had intended. When he turned back to head to the train station, he noticed a magnificent Indian temple on nearby Malabar Hill. It was too splendid to pass up, and he climbed the hill, seized with a desire to see its interior. Passepartout, however, did not realize that it was forbidden for Christians to enter certain Indian temples, and that even the faithful must leave their shoes outside. The British government severely punished anyone who disregarded the practices of India's religions. Meaning no harm, Passepartout went in like a simple tourist and was soon lost in admiration of the incredible ornamentation.
I have never seen anything so magnificent.
He was thinking, when suddenly he was knocked to the stone floor. He looked up. 3 angry priests jumped on him and tore off his shoes. They began to beat him, exclaiming loudly,
Help! Help! They are stealing my shoes! Someone help me!
Screamed Passepartout. He got to his feet again and wasted no time in knocking down 2 of the priests before rushing out of the pagoda as fast as his legs would carry him. When Passepartout finally arrived at the station, he was hatless and shoeless. In the fight, he had also lost the package with the newly purchased shirts and shoes. It was 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. Fix had followed Mr. Fogg and was on the platform, having decided to follow him to Calcutta and farther, if necessary. Listening from behind a newspaper, he heard Passepartout explain his adventure to his master. Phileas Fogg was very annoyed by Passepartout's misadventure, but all he said was,
I hope that this will not happen again.
He turned his back and stepped onto the train. Passepartout followed his master without a word. Fix was about to enter a different train car when an idea struck him.
I'll stay,
Announced Fix to himself.
An offense has been committed on Indian soil. I've got my man.
Just then, the locomotive gave a sharp screech, and the train moved into the darkness of the Indian night.
Well, I learned my lesson about visiting temples in India. Next time I travel, I'll be sure to learn more about local customs first. In India, most people practice a religion called Hinduism. There are many different forms of Hinduism, but most Hindus believe in a spiritual entity called Brahman. Brahman is the supreme universal spirit in Hinduism. Hindus worship in a mandir or temple. Hinduism contains many distinct deities, so different mandirs are dedicated to different deities. It's not just people who visit these temples. Hindus believe all life should be treated with respect, so animals are often seen hanging around too. When you go inside a mandir, you must remember to be respectful. This includes keeping your hands folded and removing your shoes before you enter. Oh, how I wish I had known that one.
Little Fox.